Just a few questions. One is when was you said Boxcraft was born in 1971.
74, 75.
74, 75. So I also we are also trying to understand the history of how the industry was. Obviously, different space, different world. So if you can describe your early days in 1970s, એ વખતે શું થયું? What were the things that were happening on the ground? Where was your first factory, and what kind of jobs you were doing, and what type of customers?
So when we started way back in 74, 75, that time the corrugating box industry was very nascent stage. And that time, what we call traditionally a corrugator, there are not many corrugating machine. When I say corrugating machine, means we are not making the corrugated board.
Correct.
We used to buy the board and fabricate them into a different size of the boxes.
Correct.
Majority of industry was working like this.
Correct.
For which the word they use is a sheet plant. So we were buying a sheet from somewhere and fabricating the boxes.
Okay.
So that is the place when we started.
Okay.
And then over the years, the industry has progressed, we progressed, and everybody has today started making their own corrugated board.
Correct.
Or the corrugated sheet. And out of that, only the box are made. So what they call it is now is a composite unit.
Correct.
So they have a corrugated board, they have a printing, they have a box making.
Correct.
And again, some are having a lamination and some of the value addition.
Sure. And today, obviously, you have, as you mentioned, you have a factory in Palghar. A, what is the factory called? And B, what is the kind of work you're doing in Palghar?
The company is known as a Boxcraft India Private Limited.
Right.
And basically, we have a major client from the pharmaceutical industry.
Right, right.
And we are having some exposure to eCommerce.
Okay.
We also have some exposure to hardware industry, the builders hardware. So these are our major customer. And of course, it keeps on changing on a year-to-year basis.
And season as well.
Yeah, as the seasons also.
Right, right. And typically, how much are you converting? I mean, I'm trying to understand what is the size of your factory. So
ours is a very small company in terms of the tonnage.
Okay.
We used to convert about 100 tons per month.
Okay.
So that is the medium size, or I would say small size company. Today, the automatic plant and all this thing, we are talking about 2,000, 2,500 ton per month.
Right.
Yeah.
And Deepak bhai, I mean, 2-3 questions. I mean, obviously, you have been in the industry for now almost 50 years. You've seen a lot of changes and trends. And you yourself are doing work, as you mentioned, with pharma. There's also talk of what WICMA is doing in terms of, tests and facilities. Plus, you mentioned e-commerce, etc. I'm trying to understand from you, what are the kind of trends you are picked up in the last 5-10 years, which you're seeing across the industry. So on the one hand, you have as you mentioned, automatic plants with, those kind of tonnages. We're talking 7,500 tons, 10,000 tons, multi-locational. Then you have the semi-automatic factories with Taiwanese and Chinese machines. And then the smaller factories. And then those who are doing very premium work in terms of super specialization, micro fluting, etc. So from your point of view, over the last 50 years, what are the trends you're seeing in the brown box? And what are the good things that India has been doing in the last 4 to 5 years?
I think because of this e-commerce coming in a very big way,
sure,
there is a lot of standardization of the boxes has happened.
Okay.
Because the e-commerce use a box on the basis of a weight carrying capacity.
Correct.
It may not have a similar product, but like say for example, if you consider a mango box, so they are sold by 5 kilo packing or 3 kilo packing or 10 kilo packing. So this is more of a standardization has happened over the years. And because of that, the paper mill also has upgraded their quality parameters. And today, by and large, we don't have more of a quality parameter dispute with the paper mill.
Okay.
It's more of a supply and the rate, which is a more disputed area or the gray area, I would say.
Mainly to do with availability and pricing.
Availability, yes.
Yeah. And again, one of the things we hear whenever we attend any forum, ICMA, WICMA, even the federation is a lot to do with the competitive cost model and how that has become chaotic and how that has become a problem. Has there been any attempt at the association level to resolve some of those things, especially cost-related items, so that we can have a cost structure which is transparent across the industry?
When you have a pan-India requirement, and typically the problem comes that our buyer are also a pan-India.
Yeah.
So what buyer buys in Western India, he may not get the similar kind of a costing in say Northern India. So there will be some parameter difference will be there. I don't think our industry is like a tailor shop. It's a made to order.
Correct.
And in that, standard costing per se will be a little difficult.
Right.
Because there are so many variables starting from rental premises to the own premises or electricity, which is highly subsidized in some of the northern region compared to what we pay full duty here. So these are the problem which are not likely to be resolved.
Sure. But just some time ago when you were talking of the course at WICMA, you said one of the sort of subject matters in the
standard costing
is costing. So in that, typically, what are the 2 or 3 important things you feel the industry should know, both from a business owner's point of view and sharing with the customer?
Sharing with the customer doesn't happen actually.
Right.
But from our member point of view, we try to educate them about the wastage.
Yeah.
Because what happened that typically once you get the order, then there is a tremendous pressure from the buyer to supply the boxes.
Correct.
And since we have this paper coming from various size, what we call is the decal.
Correct.
And the decal wastage is one thing which major people don't take into consideration.
Understood.
Unless they have a large volume.
Correct.
Of a single size, where one particular size runs for the 2 days, 3 days, 1 week. That time there is a more economy, and that is the thing which we try to make them understand.
Got it.
That the wastage they should not neglect. And there are other efficiency way of producing. These are the major
things. Yeah. And Deepak, I just are trying to understand, what is innovation today in brown box? One is of course light weighting, which many people are doing, that it used to be X-ply, now you've come down to that. Is there anything else interesting which is happening? The other day we were talking to someone, he was saying what is happening with paper cups, for example. Someone else was mentioning micro-fluting is a premium thing, and somebody else mentioned that for fresh fruits and fresh flowers, shipping that there has been a lot of things that have happened. Are there any other interesting trends in innovation that you see?
So the innovation in the basic corrugated box are twofold. One, like you mentioned, the lightweight. Now, because of the availability of a good paper and what we have seen inside, that the compression and the dry box. If we can achieve these 2 parameters, then the box don't collapse.
Correct.
And if the box don't collapse, then it has a better chance of survival.
Got it.
Plus, high volume has helped us in pelletizing the product. And because of the pelletizing, the physical handling of the boxes, which used to be there in earlier time, has been reduced substantially.
Understood.
Today, in my factory, the entire truck has been loaded with a pallet. It is unloaded as a pallet.
Understood.
So there is a more standardization. So we used to take about 2 hours, 3 hours to load the truck. Today we can load the truck within half an hour.
Understood.
And the same thing happens at the time of unloading, because of the forklift and all this thing.
Got it.
So these are some of the innovation has helped in reducing the cost and standardizing.
Yeah. And obviously at the WICMA R&D center, you're getting a lot of samples, etc. And what Manoj was sharing with us, typically in terms of board, what are typically the problems that are there in our industry where, I will not use the word failure, but there are areas where there should be improvement, and normally the questions that come from box makers are coming from that area, that ये 3-4 चीजें board में अगर सुधर जाएं Because I can see most of the things are to do with that. It's either to do with BF or it's to do with, he's checking GSM and compression. So are there any other things that are of importance for box makers especially?
See, as far as the BF is concerned, it's an integer.
True.
Given a paper BF, I
Hmm.
cannot add or reduce.
Correct.
If I have a paper of certain bus strength, it will be a arithmetic formula.
Correct.
So it will not change much.
Hmm.
But the problem if we are having at the board level is more of a moisture and flute formation. Because the flute is like the pillar to the box.
Correct.
And if the pillars are neat and clean and properly formed and they are not damaged, then chances that my box will perform better.
Correct. Correct.
So these are the new development, like the high-speed machine has a very good formation of the flutes, which is the pillar for the box.
Understood. Understood. And Deepak bhai, just 2-3 more questions. One is, you're obviously doing pharma, you're also doing e-commerce. Is there any sort of difference in terms of structure of box for these two kind of industries? Pharma is obviously much older, 100-year-old industry. Their requirements are different, statutory guidelines, etc., etc. E-commerce is a much more, in use, day-to-day handling, more retail actually than, B2B. So is there any change in that kind of?
Not really, but the pharma industry are more specific for their dimension and the weight carrying capacity. Like say, for example, if 2 mm difference in size or 3 mm difference in size, and if you consider 1,000 box goes in one container, you may lose out on one row because of the change in dimension. While e-commerce are not so sensitive to the physical dimension as against any of the pack product industry.
And again, in all these industry forums, especially corrugation industry forums, we keep hearing about right sizing, that India has too many sizes and too many templates. Again, any conversation, any further development on that conversation, because we seem to be stuck with almost 140 types of boxes, right?
I think that will be
difficult.
It's a dream if we can standardize on this. But we are trying to standardize the grammage of the paper, which will end up bursting strength of the paper. If we can achieve this, then probably we'll benefit by reducing our inventory.
Correct.
Today, what we call a fluting media, we use all grade of paper in a fluting. Well, overseas you have a standard fluting media. If we can achieve this, I think it will be good for the industry.
Overall, and obviously, I mean, you're playing in a interesting space in terms of tonnage. So what is your definition today? Because a lot of people are saying that you have D2C brands, you have a lot of these startups kind of a thing. So many more short run type of requirements and bespoke type of requirements are also there now in the round box industry. So 2 questions. How are you viewing this as a trend? In Europe, of course, it has taken off. But number one, how do you view that as a trend? And do you think somewhere there's a crossover of some of these digital players coming into brown box manufacturing for primary as well?
I think both will survive.
Okay.
The short run as well as the high volume, both will survive. Because both has a niche market. Like in a printing industry also.
Correct.
There will be a treadle when many years back today, but still they survive. The short run will be always in the business.
Correct.
Even I have seen some of the factory in China and US, including Europe, they do have a short run. And when I say short run, it will be 500 box per item or 200 box per item. They survive. It's only a question of the price.
Understood. And anything that you have in terms of advice to, say, paper mills, in terms of paper specifications, 2 things that they can solve, not for the big daddies, I mean, they are obviously talking a different conversation, but a majority of WICMA members, plus, of course, the federation members, something that can be done for paper specifications?
I think the paper mill, if they can standardize the grammage and the variation. Because of the variation, like our is a converting industry.
Correct.
So we buy in terms of the kilo and sell in terms of the meter. So any variation If it is high, we lose out.
Yeah.
If it is less,
Yes, it is.
the customer rejects.
Yeah. Yeah.
So at both the side, we are at the losing end.
Yeah. Yeah.
And second thing, if they can have a linear meter, which is our demand for many years.
Many years, yeah.
So once we have the linear meter,
Yeah.
then we can assess that in this particular lot of the paper, what will be the variation.
Correct.
And maybe we can take the corrective action
Yeah. Yeah.
at the time of converting them into a box.
And has things like board cracking, adhesive odor, those things reduced, or is it still an issue in our country?
The order is still an issue.
Yeah.
The cracking of the box is more or less sorted out.
Yeah.
Because that was more towards the raw material which they use, which has been identified, and I think most of the mill have resolved this issue.
Got it.
Subject to some dry condition of the weather.
Understood.
Otherwise, it's almost now.
Yeah. Right. Deepak, by one final question, you are obviously past president of WICMA, and of course you're owner of your own company, Boxcraft. But just wanting to know from you, how do you see the future of the brown box industry? What kind of growth? Say I'm asking you this question in 5 years from now, in 2030. How much of growth? How many new plants? How many new automatic plants? And basically, are you bullish about the brown box industry in India?
So we have done some study some years back.
Okay.
And universally, this industry is identically growing with the GDP of that particular nation.
Okay.
So if India is growing at 6 to 7%, there is a very good chance that our industry also will grow at the
same percentage. Nice.
And traditionally, historically, it has supported this logic.
Correct.
Because anything and everything can be packed.
Correct.
So we are directly affected with the GDP of the country, especially the production related.
Yeah. Understood. But are there certain states and regions in India which are growing faster? Certain industries which are growing faster? I mean, obviously, Western India is doing well. Pockets of Bangalore, Mysore, Hosur is doing well. I mean, there are pockets even up north. You can see some some clusters are doing quite well. And again, some industries, I think FMCG is doing quite well.
I think there's something to do more with the government policy and the incentive which they are giving, rather than industry per se from that particular region.
Understood.
Yes, to some extent, what you say is correct, that in Western region, there are variety of industry, including the fruits, vegetables, which somewhere may not be that easily available. So West India is a little privileged in that aspect.
Sure.
But this industry is still growing, and I feel that it has a good future.
Good potential. Thank you, Deepak Bhai. Thank you very much. We are at the WICMA office, and thank you very much for your time.